In a bad economy, even opera vocalists sing the blues. That's the headline for a story by Arturo Conde that appears in the current issue of City Limits. And Arturo joins me now to discuss his piece. Hi, Arturo.
Hi, how are you, Don?
In general, are creative workers having a tough time in this weak economy?
I think in the current economy, overall, everyone's having a tougher time, but creative workers, because most of them tend to be freelance, they are having a tough time in the sense that there are less projects available, or perhaps there are more creative workers in a city like New York competing for a smaller pool of projects, and also the pay rates could be lower. Perhaps they're not as high as they used to be because that pool is greater. So those are some of the reasons why they could be having a tough time.
The artists that you profile have to make some difficult choices. Do they pursue their art, or do they look for more stable work? So how are the people that you spoke to handling this dilemma?
I think it depends on the person's case by case. It depends on the circumstances you have within your artwork and the circumstances you have as a person as a whole outside of it. So if you happen to get married, or if you have health problems, or if you have debt, then most likely you're leaning towards finding more stable work that could pay those bills. But if you have kind of like the luxury where you could focus more on your artwork itself, then most likely you're going to make those sacrifices to continue working in the artwork.
And, of course, many people in creative fields do freelance work. These are jobs that lack steady pay, they lack benefits. So what are the challenges, the particular challenges that they're facing?
I think one of the toughest challenges as a freelance worker, as a creative worker in general, is finding sufficient health coverage. So some people that I've interviewed have been going through Healthy New York, but of course a lot of those insurance policies have limitations, and they're also very expensive depending on how much money you're earning. Other people have joined unions, like the Freelancers Union, and that tends to have better coverage. But overall, if you don't have enough money, or if you're not working enough hours, you may not meet the requirements to be in one plan or another, or other compatible plans.
That could be in almost any field too, right?
Correct. That could be in almost any field. But if you tend to be in a more traditional job, which are harder to come by today, where it's a 9-to-5 job, the idea is that in those type of jobs, you would have benefits included, health insurance, it would be more stable. Whereas in freelance, you could potentially be working on 2 or 3 projects, but your employer, as of yet, doesn't have to officially give you health insurance, provide health insurance for you.
The ability that these people have to work multiple jobs can also be seen as a benefit, I would imagine, in our current economy. Are some of these creative types capitalizing on that skill?
I think they are. I think one of the benefits is that schools, university programs are catching up to the idea that we're no longer in a manufacturing era economy where we would have 9-to-5 jobs. So I think creative workers for the last 10, 20, 30 years perhaps, and so have always had the ability, out of necessity many times, to multitask and to be in different freelance positions. So I think that gives them a little bit of an edge in terms of being able to continue and be more versatile and adapt to be able to cover their needs and also continue with their artwork.
Arturo Conde. Arturo reports on the challenges facing professional singers, musicians, artists, and creative people in general during these difficult economic times. Thanks, Arturo.
Thank you.